Hey guys, welcome to this video where we are going to talk about automations. Now, automations is probably the most exciting part about email marketing because so far we've been talking about broadcast a lot. We've been talking about the emails that you are going to have to send regularly and work for to actually, make money, but it takes some time. Also, a lot of the automations that we are going to talk about bridge a lot of the broadcast that we are doing. For example, we have the blog post promotion broadcast where we just, when we have a new piece of content, email it to our list. But I have actually an associated automation that allows me to flag the people that visit that blog post and then send them a related offer a day later. And that is what monetizes my broadcast. Even though my broadcast doesn't aim at making money right away, it actually segments people away and it sends them a promotion. So a lot of these things are actually very complementary when it comes to working together and making money. So if you want to understand all the synergies, we actually drew most of them inside the original blueprint, so I suggest you go and check it out. And the good news is a lot of these automations are actually pre-built for you, and if you use ActiveCampaign, you will be able to import the automations we built for you inside. But I wanted to use this video and use this lesson to give you a crash course on automations and how they work. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how you can import the automations that we have built in the other lessons, because there is quite a few of these and you need to know how to put them inside your account. So if you go in the automations part of your ActiveCampaign account, you click on new automation, you can see there is an import an automation button here. And basically here you need to paste the URL that we are going to give you, and I'm just going to grab one here and paste it. And when you click import, it basically adds the whole thing to your account. And this is the automation screen. And you can see there's a little bit of a wizard you need to go through where basically, it's going to ask you, when the automation says add to a list, but you don't have the same list as me, so you need to change the list, or, put your name, put your email, basically adapt the automation to your account. In that case, I'm just going to click next, but it basically asks you which email sends the email, and you just need to put your name and email, and it's going to change these so you don't pretend you're me. And that's basically it. And you have the automation imported. That's basically how you import automations. Just remember that when you have an automation, it's inactive by default, and so it's not going to work. And to actually turn an automation on, you will need to click active, and now this automation will be working. I'm going to turn it off because I don't want people to receive the same emails twice. But that's basically how you import an automation and activate it. It's very simple, and I'm going to give you the link in every single lesson so you don't have to rebuild the automations we talk about, you just need to import them. Or if you are using something other than ActiveCampaign, where you can actually look at the diagrams, we're going to go through each diagram in each lesson, and you can rebuild it. And I'm probably going to try and put screenshots as well on the lessons, so you'll be able to rebuild the same logic. So now let's go about creating automations, and we're going to start with a brand new one that I'm going to call demo here, so that I can show you how the automation screen works. And you can see when you create an automation, the first thing that it asks you is what triggers that automation? How do people actually enter this place? And there is different ways to get people inside an automation. It can be when they subscribe to a specific email list or any email list. And for example, for my welcome sequence, I say when people actually subscribe to any email list, please send them my welcome sequence, because I want to welcome everyone the same way, no matter what they downloaded. When people unsubscribe for a list, I could be doing something special to them. When they submit a form, this one we don't use so much because we use Strive leads. When they open or read an email, so if people actually open an email that you send, even if they didn't do anything for it, you could be triggering an automation. When they click a link on an email, that one is super awesome, because if you are, for example, emailing a new blog post and you want to retarget people, you want to send them a related offer to the people that cared about that blog post, but not to everyone, then you can say, well, if they click on the link to a blog post, then please send them this email tomorrow. So that's a really cool one. I personally use the web page visited. Remember that you need to put the site tracking code on your site if you want to use the page visited, so that I can keep using it. I don't need to necessarily blast an email to actually retarget people. So if people actually visit a blog post, say I have a blog post about how to build landing pages, then they go and check it out, and then the next day I might email them a special bonus if they buy Thrive Content Builder, which is the recommended landing page builder that we have on Authority Hacker. So that allows me to do a lot of marketing, this web page visited. Event recorded, you can do that if people buy, for example, so you can put a conversion pixel on your thank you page, and you could be triggering automations. So you don't even need your shopping cart to plug into ActiveCampaign. All you need to do is put your conversion pixel on your thank you page, and you will be able to trigger things for your buyers, for example. Or for people who buy an affiliate offer, all you need is the offer owner to actually put your pixel on their thank you page. If people forward an email, you could do something. I don't really use that, to be honest. People reply to an email, you could do something. When a tag is added, which is the one we are going to use the most. So like you can actually say, when people opt in for this opt-in form using Thrive Leads, please add this tag. And you say, when this tag is added, please do this. And that's the way we start 99% of our campaigns. So I'm gonna pick tag is added, and then here you could be putting, like, for example, your SEO tag. Say people who are flagged as liking SEO, then please do all these things that are gonna come after. And so what can come after? I'm gonna click on the plus button here. And basically what you do is you visually build this sequence. And I can say when the tag SEO is added, but I can add as many starts as I want. So it could be SEO or social media, for example, and add a start, right? So you can see that now my sequence starts if the SEO tag is added or the social media tag is added. And then what I can do is I can choose what happens next. So I can send an email. So if people opted in for a lead magnet, then send an email right away, and I can say create an email. And when you say create an email, give it a name, lead magnet, for example. Create. And you will see that basically you get into the email editor. So you can actually pick one of your templates that you have here. And maybe I'll use this design. I'll put an email subject. And I'll continue, and then you can build your entire email and then just get back to your automation and keep building it. So I'm just gonna keep going because you know how to design an email by this time, and I'm just gonna click finish. And you can see that now when people actually get this SEO or social media tag added, they will be sent an email right away. Or maybe I want to send an email one day later, right? So I can click on the plus that's before sending that email, and I can go into the conditions and workflow and say wait. And I can say wait for a period of time, so 1 day, 1 year, 1 month, or whatever. Or I can say until conditions are met. And this one is interesting. For example, I want to send an email on the next Monday, for example. So for example, I could pick the day of the week here. So like the day of the week in Budapest is Monday. And then what it will do is it will actually wait until it's Monday here to actually send that email, and that allows you to maybe like start a synchronized campaign across people. Usually I don't do that. Usually I just wait for a specific period of time. So I would probably just wait for 1 day and then send that email. Then what you can do that's really, really powerful is you can have an if-else condition. So you can say, if they open my email, for example, any campaign or email, no. If they have open lead magnet, then if they have opened it, do this. If they have not opened it, do that, right? And actually ActiveCampaign is pretty smart. It tells me, well, if you don't give them any time to open the email because I put it right after, then obviously everyone's going to be flagged as no. So I'm going to add maybe 2 days. And if after 2 days they have opened my email, then maybe I want to launch a sequence that sends them into a pre-sale sequence. That's an automation that will maybe sell a product related to what I talked about in this email. And I can just pick any sequence that I have built already and put it here. And if not, then maybe I want to do nothing. Maybe I would just want to end this automation. And then I would end after I put people in the pre-sale sequence. And that's basically how you build, that's basically how you build automations. So in the next few videos, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually show you a bunch of automations that are going to help build your marketing automation. They are going to be the base of selling, of welcoming your new subscribers, of cleaning up your list, of doing all sorts of things that will be beneficial for your business. So I hope you enjoyed this crash course in building automations in ActiveCampaign. I hope you see the power of this and how amazing that can be if you really work a lot on it. And I'll see you guys in the next video.